Hey.
Hey, look what I found.
Oh, Rod Hobbes samples.
The samples you were looking for.
I knew where they were.
I know. Right where you left them.
That's right.
Hey, but they're beautiful, right? I
They
mean, that's
are
a beautiful
beautiful
combination that
They
Jacinta designed. She always does fantastic design work.
He was really involved himself in picking finishes. He's got great taste, and his home is beautiful, and he wanted his closet to mimic the rest of his house.
Well, the closet's fantastic. Everything in that closet is upgraded. Everything.
Yes. Yes.
Cove molding, decorative base, these luxe doors and tops.
High gloss. Mm-hmm.
High gloss, upgraded material. The hardware is beautiful. Jacinta did a great design on this closet.
She did. She did. That's what we're talking about on today's show. Hobbes's job and Carol.
Carol DeBacco.
Yes.
The lovely and talented Carol DeBacco.
Yes. And you know, she can install, so we never know what she's doing.
I know. She has the installers come out and help her on the fly, and the next thing you know, she's installed and she's showing pictures. So yeah, she's done a really nice job. And to top that off, she's also a great artist.
She is. She is. So working here with all of the materials at her hand and a factory, it's kind of her favorite playground.
Yeah, she's very talented, and we hope you enjoy everything that she's done in her house in today's show.
Hi, I'm Rod Hobbes, and we're in my home. 2-acre gated estate and about 7,500 square foot. I have a grand foyer and nice little fountain, little ambiance. And then kind of just opens up to a great room. Then there's an antique room down the hall. Then we have another bar and a sunroom over there. Then kind of a great room in the kitchen. So bedroom here. Master bedroom up there, another bedroom across the hall, then a big great room, like a theater room, playroom, whatever. We changed up the colors a lot, you know, it was kind of dated with gold and birds and flowers, and that just wasn't me. And went with the grays and whites, and it just became a lot more masculine. Once I got some paint on the walls and got my art up, and it's, you know, a lot more happier with it. I went to Italy for a few weeks, and I had a designer and decorator come in and redo my master bedroom. Love the updates, the new color and the new floors, and as soon as I got back, then I realized how much I hated my closet. It did have one set of drawers, but they just didn't even open and close very well. I mean, that alone, it was like, wow, just really surprising. Everything was all one color. Berber carpet floors, and you only had hanging space on one side. It just was very, very poorly done. Now it's not that way anymore. I saw some ads in the different magazines, and so that really kind of inspired me. Saw a Closet Factory ad with beautiful closets, and I was like, I like this a lot. I want something like this. So I made some calls and had Jacinta come out, and I had some ideas. She improved on them, and so we went with it. I was able to go to the showroom, and which was really cool and very nice as well, and actually see some of the applications and how it's used. But she had some really good ideas. She took a lot of pictures while we were here, and so then we were able to match it up there in the showroom, and even brought the samples out. And so I love how well it matches. I have zero doubt whatsoever that I made the best choice with Closet Factory, because even with the price and the value, I would do it again all day long. Their plans and their pricing and all the extras that came with it, I didn't have to compromise. You know, I stayed under budget, and I love my closet. So.
I am Carol DeBacco. I work for Closet Factory. I've been an employee since 2009. So I'm a designer with Closet Factory, but more than that, I've been working in the office full-time. So I'm not taking so many appointments per se, but I'm working with Jeff to finalize and clean up all the designs that come in from all the other designers. As well as being an employee, I am also a customer. I have done 4 spaces in my home. It's kind of different when you're designing for yourself versus when I'm sitting down with a client, because when I'm sitting down with the client, I'm asking the questions, they've already thought about it, and when you're designing for yourself, I have to say it just takes a little bit longer. We have raised 5 children here, so it's seen a lot of activity over the years. So each room is used differently now than what we used it when we were raising our children. For instance, one of the bedrooms upstairs is now my husband's office, where before it was one of our daughter's bedrooms. The den has been a labor of love. It's taken me years. I can't even tell you, it took me 2 years to design that unit. And then I had a space in our master bedroom, which was a sitting area. This is my office. It, of course, is designed to be a formal living room, which in the 16 plus years we've lived here, we've never used it as such. So this space has transformed over the years. What I was using it for initially was as a Closet Factory designer. Over the years, now that I'm working more in the office, I've been able to now use my time for where my heart is, and that's as an artist. So with that in mind, I still use it for my Closet Factory designing, but I've redesigned things and I've added things to accommodate the love that I have for art. I have wanted to be an artist since I was able to hold a crayon. I don't know if it has anything to do with that I'm a Pisces, but I do love a mermaid. But every one I create has probably a special meaning to me. This is Erie, Pennsylvania. This is where I grew up, so it's Lake Erie. I wanted it to represent home. So I did a map, and it's Erie, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Wesleyville, so that represents on the map. I did hearts for her top because it's home. So yeah, so that's Erie, Pennsylvania, that's home. Probably one of the most things I struggle with as an artist is being organized as well. Most artists aren't. We're kind of scatterbrained, and I have to really control that part of my brain. But Closet Factory helps me do that. So when I was designing everything that you'll see in my home, there's a reason for everything that I've done. And that's probably why it's taken me longer to do most things in my home.
All right, so this is day 2 of the build, and got a good jump on things this morning. So the only thing I have left really is to finish some trim work and get some drawer boxes in, and then everything will be complete.
Hey, Nick. Wow.
Hey, Jacinta.
This looks nice. It's been a while since I've been here, since May. So much has happened.
Looks
good.
a lot different now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, a lot different. It's nice.
So really, once these accessories go in, it's just really the drawers and the trim work that's left today.
All right. Well, Nick, it looks great. You're doing an excellent job as per
Thank you.
usual. So I can't wait to see it all done, and I'll be back when it's completely finished.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we just finished here at the Hobbes residence and everything looks fantastic. Trim turned out really nice and everything really tied in well together with the different colors and finishes. Just waiting for Mr. Hobbes to get back home so we can do a final walkthrough and head out to back to the shop for the next install tomorrow.
So welcome to my workspace. This is the first space that we're going to be viewing in my home. Every piece of furniture in here has a meaning. This piece, for instance, it is a cart. It's on wheels. I wanted to be able to roll it in and roll it out. But what it offers is a place for me to do, I do jewelry pieces. So instead of using the jewelry inserts that we offer with Closet Factory as a piece that I would put my actual jewelry pieces in, I'm using it for an application for the parts that I make my jewelry out of. So everything's divided and I know exactly where everything is. This part down here I designed for my scrapbooking and the other art projects that I do. So everything that you see in here was designed based on what I need. This unit here was an addition from the original space that I did. And what it does is it houses everything else that I need to do my art projects. So yeah, everything I do with glasswork is in this drawer, and pastels and oils are in this drawer as well. When I originally did the addition to this space, this was already here. So this was phase 1 and this became phase 2, and my carts were actually phase 3. So I had to somehow tie this unit into this unit and give me the storage that I needed. So the best way I could think to do it was exactly how I'm showing it here. And I didn't have to connect this unit to this unit, but I thought by connecting it with a top, it would tie it all together. So that's the route that I went. I'm glad I went that direction because it does kind of tie it all together. This unit, again, is from the very beginning. This is what started everything. It houses everything that I use to create art. The drawer, I didn't design this unit. It was designed by another designer with Closet Factory, Joyce. But it worked perfectly for what I needed, so I was able to take what she designed, put it in my space, and then add to it what I needed to make it work for my space. So that's my office, so let's go take a look at the rest of the house. So one of the toughest things I've ever done is design my own space for this entertainment center. So even though the fireplace is centered on this wall, it's because the staircase is taking up part of that wall, it makes it asymmetrical. I know that doesn't sound like much, but when you're laying out a design and you want everything to look the same, it's kind of challenging. So I tried to match everything as best I could so that it's kind of balanced, but as you can see, that side is bigger than this side. So this is a reeded glass. We have several different glass options. I chose the reeded. There is another option called seated, which I do love, but I opted for the reeded. So I like a little bit of a traditional feel for the hardware, so I went with the cup pools. So like any family out there, my needs changed over the years, and I knew my needs were going to change. So when I was designing this space, one thing I knew wasn't going to change was my mermaids. One of the most challenging things is when you're designing an entertainment center is the placement of the componentry. Everybody has a cable box or a game box or whatever. In my case, I had cable and a DVD player, Blu-ray player. One of the most challenging things was how to conceal the wiring. I did not want to see any wiring going into this cabinet. So you can't tell from the way I designed it, but this beadboard backing is actually outset. There's furring strips behind it, and all that means is there's a space back there. All my wires are running behind it. I have a channel that's running from the TV to these components so that if anything ever changes here, I can fish the wires up through there, and it's as easy as that. So those are all things that you need to, as a designer, think about when you're designing a space like this. So initially when I designed this space, these cabinets on the end were meant for DVDs. Since then, I've gotten to the point where I still love my movies, but I don't want to see them necessarily. So I've transferred them into catalogs, which is part of my have to be organized. So now they're in alphabetical order and they're in these cabinets. So this is where I keep all the DVDs now, so I don't see them behind the glass because I'm weird that way. And from here, let's take a walk upstairs and see what I've done upstairs.
Hi, I'm Jacinta with Closet Factory, and I am here checking on the final product of a client of mine named Hobbes. I was here on install day, but didn't see it when it was complete. Nick was still working on it when I had to leave for another appointment, so this is my first time seeing the project at its completion, and the client's already put his wardrobe and everything back into the space, and it's just a fabulous closet, and so I can't wait to see the final product and to make sure that the client is happy with everything. So here we go.
So come on in here.
Awesome. Okay.
Well, this is it.
Nice.
So it's not quite done on my end because I ran out of clothes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, so that was one of the, final deciding factors on the design was getting more hanging space. So this is great. Yeah, so the crown work was gorgeous. When I left, Nick was still working on all of the trim work, and so I mean even the baseboards are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
that was,
he definitely went above and beyond on that.
yeah, that was truly custom.
Yep.
Because of that, extra inches where the floor needed to be covered up, where the floor stopped and the old unit came out. So
yeah, he definitely knew how to improvise on the fly,
Yep.
and it came out better than what I was hoping for.
yeah, good. Have you used your valet rod
I
yet?
do. I use them a lot actually. When I'm doing my laundry, I come up here and put them on here, and then I get to sort and organize it and make it look even nicer because I have all the space. So
Nice.
it looks better being more organized. But I love all the bells and whistles.
Good. Yes, because you had one of the fancier locks too. So
I
how's
do.
that working for you?
I've got a little surprise double hanging filing cabinet down there that's kind of hidden, and it just blends right in, so it looks like a normal dresser.
Right.
But yet it's locked, and I can keep my important files in there.
Right.
So I love
Perfect. Good. I also love what we did with the option to do required holes. This just makes it feel so much more custom, when you have just the required holes here and here. But it still gives you that flexibility because everybody's wardrobe is different.
I'm a little shorter than most. So yeah. Yeah. I want to bring it down to I like that.
Yeah, but then you got, and then even you though, some of your shirts, I remember your basic real casual shirts were about maybe 30 inches from, hanger to base, and then the dressier shirts are a little bit longer, so you can put those in a longer opening and these in a shorter opening, but you're maximizing the vertical space. And you still have all these cubbies up there
I
too.
still have
That's
so
awesome.
much more space than I absolutely
That's
cannot
great.
believe what you guys have done with my narrow closet. Now it's just it's incredible. His and hers completely matching. I freaking love it.
Yeah, so the bench is working out for you too?
It is nice. I really like not having to go all the way out to the main bedroom just to put my socks on. Stuff
That's
like that.
good.
So it's very convenient.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, Rod,
You're
for letting me
welcome.
come back
My
and
pleasure.
see everything.
Okay.
And thanks for our business.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
I added 13 feet of rod space. I have 2 full dressers, 2 vanities, and we didn't knock out any walls. So, I mean, it's incredible that they were able to do so much with such limited space. The whole process was so good. I wish that I could have them do other projects in my house. Maybe the garage or the laundry room, something like that. Absolutely. I would never go anywhere else other than the Closet Factory.
All right, so we're at the end of another great install. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. I'm really happy. Nick did an excellent job, and most importantly, the client is happy. So now, on to the next one.
So welcome to my bedroom. This is the latest project I've done with Closet Factory. And I know I can't say it enough, it's so weird that I have never, in the 10 plus years I've been here, not done a closet, but this is the closest thing I've done to a closet. We have this sitting area, which a lot of the new homes do, that we've never used it for that purpose. So I've decided to, I have lots of shoes as you can see, design this space for what I need it for, and it definitely was not a sitting room. The first thing I did was an island. The reason I did it at this height is because I like to fold my things, and you'll see in the cabinet there I have a very specific way of doing my t-shirts and stuff. I know it's weird, but I like them folded a certain way and I like them contained a certain way. So that's why this is at the height that it is. And the other thing is I wanted it to be white, but I also like the idea of one of the newer colors, which is this concrete color, incorporated into it. I didn't want it to be all white, so I thought, well, why not mix it? So I did. So we have multiple drawers, which, again, because it's a new installation, we have not even filled yet. So we have lots of storage that we didn't even think that we had before. So moving into the space, I have, again, my shoes. And in this cabinet, so as you can see, I'm a little bit organized. I do like my t-shirts and stuff to be in a particular order, and my jeans as well as my flat shoes. One of the other things to note is that we do soft close hinges on our doors so that I can't slam anything. They will soft close on their own. I wanted to take advantage of the little bit of space that I did have here because I do have a lot of shoes, so I did an L shelf just to use as much space as I could. I do have additional room to use. And as far as the bench here, this was one thing that my husband kind of did ask for. I always had a bench in this space where he would sit and put his shoes on in the morning. So we did want a bench in the space. So I will eventually put a cushion on here to match everything else. But in the meantime, I've got everything's very organized. I know exactly where everything is. I've got a basket for my flip-flops. So I've got a space for my shoes here and additional space for all the handbags that I have. So the other thing that I do have, and matching my, or not matching, but my country music love is my country and western boots. So I have this cabinet that I designed just for my boots and my husband's hats, of course. So it worked out perfect. I have a place for my boots, a place for his shoes, and a place for his hats. And it's behind doors where I don't have to necessarily see it all the time, but I know exactly where it is. So there you have it. That's everything that I've done to date with Closet Factory. I look forward to eventually doing my closets, which are on my bucket list. Several of them, as you well know. But in the meantime, I am very happy with what I have, and I look forward to the next project.
It was a great show today with Rod Hobbes and the 4 spaces that Carol did in her home.
Yeah, and Jacinta did a beautiful job.
So it was a fantastic show, and we hope you enjoyed Carol's artwork.